best. I've been to every SFR since 2016, and this was my absolute favorite. The vibe was everything. The schedule was great. Okay, y'all. So we are going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who do not know me, I do have notes, so I will be looking down so I don't squirrel. My brain is like a chicken with its head cut off, running around in circles with a feral raccoon. It's not okay, so I will be looking at my notes. My name is Chastity Robinson. I am a Superstar Director from North Carolina. I am a former elementary school teacher. I have 2 wild and crazy kids, and my husband is in law enforcement. So I have a crazy, crazy schedule. Because of Scentsy, I was able to stop teaching full time back in 2020, and now I have the freedom to make choices in how I spend my time. I joined Scentsy on a $49 join kit with less than $72 in my bank account, only to buy for myself. Wasn't planning on building a team, wasn't planning on selling to anybody else, wasn't planning on doing anything with this business. So you never know. You never know. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Okay, so SFR Takeaways. What is one takeaway from SFR that you literally cannot stop thinking about? What is something that happened at SFR, one thing that you learned that you literally cannot stop thinking about? For me, it's that I have 5 million things that I want to do, but that my energy is so high, I feel like I could bust through a cinder block wall. You know those memes where it's like the Shania Twain when it's like, sorry y'all, I don't know why it's doing that, where it's like you could bust a door down. That's literally how I feel when I come home from SFR after I sleep for about 15 hours, which I did. So anyway, I don't know about you, but when I leave SFR, I come home feeling like I needed to change my entire business by Monday morning, which would have been today, but I was preparing for this call. But this is what I want you to do. You've probably came home with a lot of pages of notes. Tell me in the chat if you came home with a lot of different ideas, a lot of pages of notes, new reels to make, new products to order, new systems, new ideas, new planners, new goals, new apps to download, new everything. You had so many different things that were thrown at you, and you have so many different ideas, and all the things are in your head, and you just want to go do all the things. Can I give you permission? Don't do it all. Don't do it all. This is your action step. If you feel overwhelmed like I do, and you want to come home and you want to do all the things, this is what I want you to do. I want you to brain dump every single idea that you have out on a sheet of paper, in a notebook somewhere where you won't lose it. Title it SFR Ideas. Brain dump every single thing that is in your brain about things you're wanting to do. Brain dump it all. Get it out of your brain, because even if you don't realize it, it's taking up mental space in here. Get it out of your brain. And then I want you to ask yourself one question. What is the one thing that if I consistently did for the next 30 days would move my business forward the most? That's your focus. The one thing that would move your business forward the most, do that. Not going to learn TikTok, not going to buy a new planner, not going to do 16 different new ideas. What is the one thing that if you actually did consistently for the next 30 days would move your business? I don't know why it keeps doing that. Would move your business forward. And I love this quote. You don't build momentum by starting 10 things. You build momentum by finishing one. And you can't finish one if you start 10. And I am super bad about starting 10 different things and finishing nothing by the end of the day. And that's something I'm going to work really, really hard at this year, is when I start a task, I'm going to finish a task and not start multitasking. So pick one activity, focus on that instead of trying to start a million different ones at the same time. Now let's talk about Dan's challenge. Every one, sponsor one. That was Dan's challenge. If everyone in Scentsy could sponsor one person. Sometimes we overcomplicate sponsoring. It's not about convincing people. Fragrance under noses starts conversations. Conversations create relationships. Relationships build trust. Trust opens the door to opportunity. That right there. Fragrance under noses start conversations. Conversations create relationships. Relationships build trust. Trust opens the door to opportunity. Then remind them, or I want to tell you, someone is laying in bed at night praying for this opportunity. What right do we have to keep it from them? It is our job to invite them. It's not our job to say no for them by not inviting them. You're not bothering people, but they don't know that this opportunity exists if you don't tell them. Every sponsor one isn't about turning people into numbers. It's about paying attention to the people in your life who are already there and showing them what's possible. It starts by listening, looking around at the people already in your life. One person who's tired, one person who's stressed about money, one person who wants flexibility, one person who needs community and the friendships that we have here at Scentsy, one person who just needs somebody to believe in them. How many of us have went to a 9-to-5 where all you do, the only time your boss talks to you is when you do something bad? Right? People need community too. Sponsoring doesn't happen just because you wake up one day and just decide to be amazing at recruiting. It happens because you became intentional. You start talking about Scentsy, you warm your Scentsy, you wear your Scentsy, you share your story, you start conversations, you ask questions, you invite people. But here's the truth. You can't sponsor someone if they don't know what you do and they don't know that the opportunity is open. And let me also remind you of something while I say that. People don't buy from logos. People don't buy from graphics. They buy from people. So posting your flyer is not going to make them buy from you. You are not Scentsy. You are a human. You are a real person with a real story, with a beating heart. Talk about that. Be a human. You're a mom, you're a dad, you're a teacher, you're a nurse, you're a police officer, you're a hairstylist, you're a friend, you're a neighbor, you're a daughter, you're a son. You're all of those things. People aren't building relationships with Scentsy. They're building relationships with you, with people. Scentsy gives us incredible products. We are the leading international fragrance company. There is no doubt. They can't go get better products anywhere else. That's a fact. But you are the reason that they come back. Make them come back to you for that relationship. They could choose any consultant. Why are they choosing you? That's why your story matters. That's why showing up matters. That's why building relationships matter. People aren't going to join you because of some graphic you made. People join because they know you, they trust you, they've watched you consistently, and they believe that you genuinely care about them. I'm going to say it again. Fragrance starts conversation. Conversations build relationships. Relationships build trust. Trust opens the door for opportunities. And sometimes that opportunity changes someone's life. It did mine, fundamentally. Scentsy fundamentally changed my life. And I didn't join because I wanted Scentsy to fundamentally change my life. I needed $20. And remember that. When you're talking about, or when we're thinking about just sponsoring one, I want you to think about just loving one person well enough to show them what's possible. When this live ends, I don't want you to think about sponsoring 10 people. I want you to think about one. Who keeps talking about how expensive groceries are? Who says that they need extra income? Who wants more flexibility? Who hates their job? Who compliments your home every time that they come over? Who asks you what they're warming? Who has been quietly watching your journey for years? Write down one name. Not 50, one. Because after 11 years, here's what I know. Every trip I've earned, every promotion I've earned, every award, every friendship, every opportunity to stand on stage, it all started with one conversation. Not 100, it started with one. and they build and they build and they build. It started with one. And maybe the biggest mindset shift, I want you to start thinking about it like this. Instead of asking who could join Scentsy, ask yourself whose life would be different if they knew this opportunity existed. Whose life could be blessed by this opportunity? Those are two different questions. One's about recruiting and benefiting you, and one is about serving them and how it could benefit their life. When you lead with serving, sponsoring is going to become a natural part of your business. Because your next new team member is not just 1 or 10. They're not a number, they're a name. They're a relationship that you've built. They're a conversation that you've started. It's a fragrance that you got under someone's nose for the most part. Most of the time, that's where those people came from. They're a person who waiting for someone to believe in them before they believe in themselves. I'm going to say it again. People are laying in bed at night praying for this opportunity. And we are doing them a disservice by not letting them know that it exists. They may not know it yet, but we have this opportunity and we have to let them know that it exists. I'm going to shift just a little bit. Let's talk about the power of social media. Okay? If you were at SFR or you listened to SFR, we talked a lot about social media. Social media is one of the greatest business tools we have ever been given. It's free, it's available 24/7, and it gives every single one of us an equal and fair opportunity to build a brand, tell our story, and reach people we never would have met otherwise. Every single person with a cell phone and internet connection has the opportunity to build an income online. Every single person. But here's the thing. Social media can be powerful in both ways. That very thing can help you build a business, but it can also damage it. Every post, every comment, every share, and every reaction either builds trust in a brand or it chips it away. Your brand, Scentsy's brand, Nike's brand, any brand, builds it up or chips it away. And one of our biggest focuses this year is brand awareness. Your brand isn't just the reels you post or the graphics you create. Your brand is how you show up in the comments. It's what you choose to speak life into. It's what people remember after they leave your page. You don't get to decide your brand. Other people decide your brand by how you make them feel. So think about that. Now let me be clear when it comes to Scentsy, social media, etc. I'm not saying that you have to agree with every single decision that Scentsy makes, okay? None of us do. There's always decisions that people make, whether they agree or whether they disagree. Frustration is a normal part of life. Venting is a normal part of life. Sometimes you need to vent and it's healthy, but you know where you don't do it? Social media. Every time your husband or your partner pisses you off, I surely hope you're not going to social media to talk about it. Every time your mama makes you mad, I surely hope you're not going to post about it on social media. There's a time and a place to vent and be frustrated. That place is within a trusted friend group to get it out and move on and get back to work. Because I want you to ask yourself this: what does posting about it publicly actually accomplish? Does it solve a problem? Does it change the decision? Does it encourage your team? The best leaders I know, they don't pretend that they never get frustrated. They do. They text a friend, they call another leader, and they say, let me get this out of my system. I just got to say it. I just got to say it. They may rant and rave, and then they move on. They put their head down, and they get back to work. I don't know why I hope that reconnection thing, y'all don't have to keep saying it. I don't know why it keeps happening. Why? Because there are only 3 things that you can control in life: your actions, your reactions, and your mindset. Only you can make or break your business. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something now. Anything and everything that you say on the internet is forever. I don't care if you deleted it, if it's in a private Facebook group, a Reddit thread, a Discord server, a Slack channel, a comment in a thread that has 562 comments. Let me tell you something. Your girl can find it. Your girl can find it. Wherever you said it, your girl can find it. Screenshots exist and the internet never forgets. And my investigative skills are unmatched. And if I can find it, someone else can too. The internet doesn't forget. So, and I want you to also ask yourself this. If what you commented or posted on social media, if you had to wear that on a t-shirt at the next SFR, walk around publicly, go talk to Heidi and Orville, be around all your friends and all the other Scentsy people, if you had to wear that on a t-shirt, if you wouldn't want to wear that on a t-shirt or a sign on your forehead, don't post it. Just don't post it. Don't post it, okay? So what do we do different if we see something negative? The next time you see something negative, don't add to it. Don't argue. I want you to go leave 3 positive comments somewhere else. Celebrate someone's promotion, congratulate a new consultant, cheer on someone's first sale, encourage a teammate, thank a customer, go to Scentsy's YouTube channel, leave some positive comments, go to Scentsy Family's Facebook page or Instagram, leave a positive comment. Let's flood the internet with the kind of culture we actually want people to find when they search for Scentsy. Culture's being created regardless. We have to create it. Arguing with people on the internet is never going to solve any problems, but you know what can help? If you want to be the light, you have to create the light. If you want to see change, you've got to be the change. Negativity is loud, but positivity is contagious. Let's make sure our voices of positivity are the ones that people remember. We have the power. We have the power to change that, okay? Your environment. Let's talk about that. It matters. So I've talked about what you're putting out into the world. Let's talk about what you're allowing into your world, because this is just as important. You're on a high from SFR. You're coming home. You're ready to work. We're going into this incentive. Your environment matters more than you know. Let me tell you, I'm not going to go on a soapbox, but your environment and who you surround yourself with matters more than you know. The voices you listen to matter. The conversations you have every day matter. What you tell yourself matters, and what you believe matters. Whether you believe you can or believe you can't, it's true. It's true. Because eventually the loudest voices around you become the loudest voices inside of your head. And I need to tell you something. Don't you ever let anybody tell you that your business sucks. Honestly, you probably do a good enough job doubting yourself already. You don't need another voice out there being loud telling you that. You need someone to speak life into you. So let me be that voice for a minute. I believe this business can fundamentally change your life. You. If you're on here right now, I believe that this business can fundamentally change your life. If you're listening to the recording, I believe that this business can fundamentally change your life, but you have to believe it can too. Tell yourself, this business is going to change your life. Tell yourself, I am going to earn this incentive. I am going to make a $10,000 paycheck. I am whatever it is. You have to wake up every day, believe it, and speak it into existence. When I wanted to promote to Superstar Director, I manifested it. I spoke it into existence every single day until I started to actually believe it, because I didn't. I didn't, but you have to make yourself believe it. Then you need to get up. You have to believe that you can. I believe this business can change your life, but first you have to believe it can. And then you have to wake up tomorrow and act like you believe it. Because your actions are always going to reveal what you truly believe. The 5 people that you spend the most time with. Your life is rarely going to outgrow the conversations that you have every day. So if the people around you are constantly complaining, criticizing, focusing on everything that's wrong, finding problems instead of solutions, that's going to become your normal. You may not even realize it until You're sitting there and you're like, gosh, I don't have anybody in my life who's saying something positive, ever. You need people in your life who will celebrate your wins, challenge your excuses, tell you when you're being stupid, encourage your dreams, and help you focus on what you actually can control. And if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I don't have people like that in my life, then maybe it's time to get up from that table and find a new table to sit at. Build your own table. Build your own table if you don't have somewhere to sit with positive people. And here's the good news. The people in the comment section of this live are most likely your people. The people watching the recording are most likely your people. So if you're looking for a positive circle that believes in all the things that Scentsy can do for us, that believe in growth and cheering each other on, I want you to comment, save me a seat. Comment, save me a seat if you're looking for someone to grow with, to encourage each other with. Once you see some people commenting that after this is over or wherever, go through the comments, follow each other, start conversations, and build relationships. That's the only way that people have found people within this business to do life with. They have had those conversations. I know what it's like to not have a seat at a table, or to have a seat at a table where it wasn't positive, and to have to get up and build my own table. And it's possible. And you can do it, but you have to find your people. Sometimes it takes a while, and that's okay. But all of you saying, save me a seat, look at these people saying, save me a seat. Go talk to them, comment, react, talk to each other, ask each other where you're from. You can build relationships and you can find people within Scentsy that are like you, that you vibe with, and that are good people. Sometimes changing your life just starts with changing the table that you're seated at. So I want y'all to know that. And I'm going to get it together. Because remember, in life and in business, there are only 3 things that you can control. Your actions, your reactions, and your mindset. Remember that. All right, so now I'm gonna close this up. I want you to answer this one question in the comments. What is one thing that you're committing to this week? I want you to choose one thing. Not 10 things. Not everything you wrote down from SFR. One thing that's actually going to move your business forward. Maybe it's following up with 5 past customers. Maybe it's starting one new conversation every day. Maybe it's sharing your Scentsy story. Maybe it's personally asking one person a day if they're open to hearing more about the opportunity. Maybe it's reaching out to the people who you've asked about joining before. Maybe it's booking another party. Maybe it's showing your face on social media instead of hiding behind graphics. And if you've been hiding behind graphics, I want you to know that you are beautiful. You were made for more. You belong here. We want to see your face. Your customers, everybody wants to see your face. Show your face. The only way to get better at being in front of the camera is to do it. Whatever it is, I want you to choose that one thing this week, and I want you to do it consistently, because you don't need more ideas. You need to take action on one of the ideas you already have. You have everything you already need inside of you. SFR cannot change your business. What you do after SFR changes your business. Inspiration's going to fade. The motivation's going to fall away. The high or the energy is going to fall off. But you know what won't? Systems. Consistency. Doing the one thing over and over and over again. This not stand that it keeps doing that reconnect thing. This business isn't easy, or everyone would do it, but it's simple. the same things over and over and over again. Momentum is built one decision at a time. So don't try and do everything. Leave here tonight committed to doing one thing consistently and continue to build on that. I hope this was helpful. Find a seat at someone's table. Love y'all. I hope you guys have an amazing week after SFR. Just remember, only you can make or break your business. Love y'all. Mean it. Bye.